I am Mukhwana Isaac, and I remember yesterday in episode 4, we managed to go through the second creation account in Genesis chapter 2. We also reflected on the personal and relational nature of this narrative, where God forms man from the dust and breathes life into him, creates the garden at home, and making the garden his home, and fashions woman as a companion. Now, from this, we drew key lessons about the sacredness of life, about our call to relationship, the dignity of work, moral responsibility, and our connection to nature. Today, we take an important step forward, learning how to understand the Bible accounts. The Bible is not just a history book or a collection of moral stories. It is a rich and layered text that speaks through various literary styles. It gives us a number of them: cultural backgrounds and theological messages. Now, before we dive deeper into the remaining stories of Genesis, it is essential to understand how to read and interpret these accounts in a meaningful and faithful way. In our study of what the Bible tells us of the creation of the world, it is important to remember the following. Before we go any further, kindly give me a comment. Go to the comment section and place there your comment. Like, share, and subscribe. These are the things we need to note. We need to remember. Although the Bible tells us of the beginning of the world, we should remember that the most important thing, the only thing that the Bible wants to tell us is that the world and everything in it is from God. Everything in it is from God. It would be ridiculous to say that the Bible is not correct in its teaching about the beginning of the world and all things just because science shows us that some things written in the Bible cannot possibly be true. I will disapprove you. I want to disapprove you. We know that the world and everything in the universe as we know it today could not have been created in 6 days. That's the fact I want to bring out. For science shows us that God let creation take a long time to develop from the original thing that he created, and that creation is still taking place. That one I might agree also. But the Bible does not intend to teach us that God made the world in 6 days. It teaches that God created all things. I am a geographer, and for those who have done geography, starting from A level, yes, it becomes vivid from in A level, where you look at the beginning of the world, the creation of the earth, how the earth started. There are so many theories. We have what we call Big Bang theory, that the world started as a dot and so it expanded. To understand the Bible, we must remember that there are different sorts of writings in it. I want you to put this into consideration. There are pieces of history. There are prayers in Psalms. There are hymns in Psalms. And there are stories told to give religious instruction. These stories might never have been true, or at least they might not have happened exactly as the writer wrote. They are written simply to teach an important truth. This is what Christ did when he told parables. We do exactly the same when we wish to teach some truth. We tell a story which probably never happened. Yes, so that our hearers will understand us more easily. I'll give an example. There is a family I've interacted with, and when I visited them one time, the mother, after the young one doing something bad, told the boy, come, asked the boy to draw closer, said, you've done this, but you have to apologize to God. You need to ask for forgiveness. So go and kneel and look up there. Tell God that I am sorry, I will not do it again. With the tremble, with the fear, the boy knelt and asked for forgiveness from God. You see? For now he grows knowing that, yes, after this, after I've done something wrong, I need to kneel and pray to God who is up there. And that is how many people have grown, knowing that God is up there, knowing that heaven is up there. And of course, heaven is not up there. Heaven is simply a state of life. But we have been put this in our minds to understand who God is and where he is by being told that he is up there. He is a very big he is a very big creature. God is a very big being, I mean. That is what we are given. And also, during when we are growing, there is what we call there existed what we call storytelling, that elders could sit the young down if they want to pass any message. For instance, you want to talk about genitals. You will not mention them direct in the hearing of children. There is that particular language. There is a story. If you want to tell a child to stop fornication and what, there are some stories you tell them to understand. This now depends on the target hearers, the target listener. You get a point? So it is with the Bible. Do not think a Bible is something, I don't know how it came into existence. In these episodes of a journey through the Bible, we get to know how best we can understand this Bible. You see, ATS, it was so vivid that storytelling was put into what? Practice, and many other things. So we must not condemn the Bible and say that it is wrong or false simply because the writers do not know what we know about science, and because what they wrote does not happen to be the truth as we know it. The sacred writers, there were many. You see, had only one thought: to give to men the right way. That is God's way of looking at the world and our life on earth, and tell men how to act accordingly in their lives. Period. Full stop. So there were men of their times. They had not the science knowledge that we have today. They were not concerned about such things. They simply wanted only to give God's word to the world, and they clothed it the way they thought best. I will talk about science, the knowledge of science briefly, how science interprets some of these things. Maybe tomorrow we shall see what the scientists tell us about the beginning of the universe. Not even tomorrow, but on Monday. How scientists tell us about the beginnings of the universe and life, where man originates from, the waters, the earth, and everything. I have been Mukhwana Isaac with the journey through the Bible, episode number 5. Kindly comment, share, like, and subscribe. I want to wish you a very blessed day full of God's blessings.